we need to know who ASK is, because I know we have new exhibitors, and for their sake, we'll just mention briefly who we are. So you can see that ASK is a very old institution, I think older than all of us here, more than 100 years old. We were founded in 1901. And in 1964, we rebranded to the name that you all know now, to the ASK. So when you now narrow down to Mombasa Show, we became Mombasa Show in 1903, and that is where we have been all this time. In terms of the show theme, I think when MD articulated it very well. It is promoting climate-smart agriculture and trade initiatives for sustainable economic growth. Very, very apt with what is happening. The Kiswahili one, you know, we can have an exam after this. I'll be asking somebody to just quickly tell me the Kiswahili theme. But it is there on the presentation, ukuzaji wa ukulima unaozingatia hali ya hewa dhabiti na mipango mahususi ya biashara ili kudumisha uchumi endelevu. So that is our short theme. Please get to know it, because I know there is a class that you will be entering and you'll need to interpret this. I talked about the short dates, and I thought it's good that you just get a rundown of what will happen for each day. So before the show starts, we normally have what we call the Harvest Festival. I'll be talking about that a bit later. But our Harvest Festival will take place on the 1st of September. That is on the Sunday. And it will be a Thanksgiving service at the SCK Mombasa Memorial Cathedral Church in town. We welcome all of you. On the Monday of 2nd September, we'll have our pre-show day. Pre-show days are for us to just finalize our preparations and make sure everything is in place. And that also applies to the 3rd of September. So officially, our program starts on the Wednesday, the 4th of September, with the governors on the Patrons Day. And on Thursday, we shall have our official opening. We are hoping that Our Excellency, Dr. William Ruto will join us this year, the President. We have Maritime Day and the Day of Learning Institutions on Friday, the 6th. Saturday and Sunday, 7th and 8th, those are family days, but we also have the Cooperative Day on that Saturday. For the first time ever, we are introducing that. So we close our gates on the Sunday, the 8th of September. I talked about the Harvest Festival. So this is an annual event for the society, where we give thanks for our plentiful harvest by our farmers, but we also double it as our CSR for the society. So we normally get together with the vulnerable members of the community under the CSR, and we are able to give them some produce from our farms. We are welcoming you to that service. We shall have a procession in town. And that is also a place where we can shout about ourselves. So karibuni sana, it will be on 1st September on Sunday at the church. So currently we are in the process of identifying the beneficiaries, and we shall be communicating as we get nearer to the date. Then about the MIS, the Mombasa International Show, just to share with you some brief stats about this show. First of all, you'll notice that over the 5 days, we get over 200 local trade exhibitors. 200, that is just trade. I've not touched on livestock. I've not touched on the farm and dairy. I've not touched on the home industries. I've not touched on the catering and fanfare. I have not touched on the other smaller sectors within the show. So we easily top 1,000 exhibitors during any given year for the 5 days. We also get a profile of about 40 international exhibitors, mainly from the East African region. But Mana MD and Madam Pauline, we want to make this international. We want to go out there, help us make this global. When you look at the sectorial representation in our shows, we find that the bigger chunk will go to the agriculture sector at about 22%. And the others are also government, and it goes down to manufacturing, education and training, and many others. So we are trying to make sure that those profiles grow. Yeah, so that is just a synopsis of our exhibitor profile. When you look at the show visitors, on average, we get about 250 show visitors. And contrary to what some of us believe, that the show is normally just made of children, I want to say that that is normally not the case. Because when you now go to the scientific way of measuring, you'll see that actually the adult population make up for 68% of our show visitors. And the children are just 32%. When you go to the gender profiles, you find that the ratio of male to female is 2:1. So I think we need to encourage our ladies. Can we have more ladies and girls coming into the show? And we want you to work with us. I'm not saying the gentlemen should not come, but let's get all those people here at the showground. The value, why should you exhibit at the MIS? What do you really get out of it as an exhibitor? I'm very happy that when MD touched on this, but I can tell you that there is a lot of benefits that you would get as an exhibitor. We have market linkages, you can get direct customer leads, business opportunities, brand positioning and promotion, partnerships and networking. It's also an avenue for improved customer relations. There's a lot of opportunities for product and service launches. If you're introducing a new item into the market, a new service into the market, this is the best place to come and shout about it. So we can always work with you. Let's find a way of marketing together for your service or product that you are launching in our shows. We also have direct access to the national and county government services. I know for sure, and I'm happy that the NPS is here, because last year they brought in the certificate of good conduct. And you saw the lines, the queues that were here. If you were to go out there, it will take a bit of time, but they told me that here in the showground, it comes out almost immediately. So there are certain government services that you get directly from our showground here during the shows, and take advantage of that. Education and research. For those who are researchers, there's a lot of information that you can access, and it's practical information because you get it one-on-one. You are not reading it from a book, you are just getting it directly. We have sales bazaars, those who want to do business, umekuja kuuza bidhaa tofauti, this is the place for you. We have entertainment. I know some of us, we are normally very busy in our stands, but I encourage you this year, take a walk, go to the arena, have a seat, see what happens there. Because I know some of us don't know that there are many other activities at the arena that you can enjoy. Ukichoka kidogo, nenda pale uketi, wonderful entertainment. And we are even going to have tattoo events in the night. So after you finish your work in your stands, also join us. Innovations and emerging technologies. I will not mention which exhibitor, but I know personally, I go to test snail meat for the first time. Sijui kama wangapi wamekula konokono hapa. I ate snail meat at the show. Wonderful, you cannot even tell that it is snail meat. I tell you, and I kid you not. And I'm happy that this year they are bringing it here, the Mombasa show. So kuja uonje hiyo ujue. So there's a lot of innovations, inventions that you get out of our shows. And one thing I keep saying is that as exhibitors, let us get new things to the shows so that we get more visitors and you get more business and value. Let us not show them the same things year in, year out, because then we create that visitor fatigue. So challenge yourselves that as you go back, mutulete vitu mpya. Vitu ambayo watu hawajawahi ona. Let people come from Nairobi, from wherever, to just come here to Mombasa to see the new things that you're bringing in your own areas. Participation charges. We have the brochure with us. We have the rates there. Just to mention that normally if you are taking built-up spaces, those are permanent spaces, a lot will depend in terms of the location and size of the building. And in some cases, each building also has a prescribed rate. So get to know the rates early enough so that you're able to make adequate preparations in terms of your budgeting. We also have open spaces. I will not read verbatim because they are there, but you can pick up open spaces where you can set up your own branded tents and you can use them. If you are an international exhibitor, we also have a rate for you of $150 per square meter. We have those who like to sell. Those are people we normally put in places we call bazaars, and there are also rates there. So kindly make early preparations to just get to know your trade rent. That is your participation fees, how much, so that we can be able to make early preparations. And I want to also say that we have not even increased